If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, check the referral link in the description down below. It'll take you to G2A and you can use the code CHES at checkout for an extra discount. Also, there's an upcoming $1 entry FIFA Ultimate Team tournament where you can win up to 50,000 FIFA points. Check the link in the description down to Gamer Saloon and sign up now. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 41 of the My Player series here on FIFA 16. We haven't been selected for the game against Arsenal, but you can probably understand why, considering how tired we were after the game against Reading, after the elongated game against Crystal Palace. We were pretty much dead on our feet, so we've not been selected for the game against Arsenal. Fingers crossed though, we will be in the side for the FA Cup quarterfinal against Tottenham and then the resulting league game against Newcastle. There are some international games coming up, but we don't know whether we've been selected or not as of yet. So we will skip through this game against Arsenal. Can we get a good result? Yes, that is a good result as far as I'm concerned. A 1-1 draw away at Arsenal is definitely not to be scoffed at. We will take that point. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed today's episode, then as always, make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And feel free to check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. We have been selected for the FA Cup game against Tottenham, so we will jump straight in here. Again, it's the third episode in a row, I think, that we've had an FA Cup game. Let's play them in the purple just to make sure. And fingers crossed we can, for the third game in a row, or third round in a row in the FA Cup, get progression through to the next round. And obviously if we do get through to the next round, that'll be a Wembley appearance because it's the semi-final of the FA Cup. So here we go. FA Cup quarter-final at home against Spurs. Adebayor down the line towards Andros Townsend. He's pretty rapid and turns onto the left foot. There's the cross. Adebayor with the first chance of the game. Just tried to glance it, I think, towards the back post, but got too much on it and lifted it over the bar. But that was a really nice effort. Yeah, good technique. Just didn't quite get it right. Definitely the right idea from Adebayor there. But unfortunately for him, over the top of the bar and we stay at 0-0. Oh, Son's just completely given that straight to Deulofeu. I'll call for the through ball. He's played it beautifully. I may have to take this from distance, or we could play in Besic. Besic is in behind. Besic with the first chance for Everton, and it's flashed past the side netting, the wrong side of the post. Oh, that's a good opportunity as well. He is left-footed, Besic, but still, decent effort. I think this game is going to go the same way as the Palace one. Nothing really happened in the Palace game in the last episode until the 80th minute, and then all hell broke loose. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in the second half here. That was Besic's last effort on the pitch as well, or last action on the pitch, as we've brought on Tom Cleverley to replace him, and Mason's come on for Bentaleb as well. So two changes in the midfield, one for each side, and we'll see if that changes things up in the game. But there's a first chance after 10 minutes in this second half. Townsend to Yedlin, who's got the pace but doesn't have the strength to hold off Phil Jagielka. We'll just jink there and then play it across to Cleverley, who could go to Gibson and might, question mark, no, it's going to go to Deulofeu. We've been switched to right striker there, as you could see in the bottom right hand corner. Nice ball by Deulofeu, up to me. We'll give it to Lukaku. We'll go for the return. He may not use me, he may use me, he has done. I can't get the turn in. Oh, we did. Oh, I pressed shoot as I got the as the ball was coming to me, so I wanted to take a touch and then turn. Unfortunately, it kind of pushed the ball away from me, and then the shot when it eventually came wasn't really worth waiting for. We'll just try and turn away from Dembele here. Just showing a little bit of strength to hold the man off. We'll give it to Gibson, who's giving it to Deulofeu. Deulofeu with a shot. Oh, outside the post. It seemed harmless, as the keeper didn't seem to give it any sort of attention until it actually hit the woodwork. He didn't seem bothered, and then out of nowhere, it strikes the outside of the post. That's the closest either side had come so far. Here comes Aruna Kone for Romelu Lukaku, scored coming off the bench against Arsenal in the game that we simulated, so maybe he can do the same here against Tottenham. Michel Vorm's made 5 saves so far. Tim Howard not had a single one to make, and so far, no goals have gone in, but there is still 15 minutes left before we find ourselves being forced to another replay. Call for this from Gibson. Give it to John Stones, who's pushed forward into a striking role, so clearly we're going all out attack. That's a lovely ball. Deulofeu hits the post again, but he's got the rebound. Gerard Deulofeu finally finds the back of the net. Hits the post twice in the space of 30 seconds, and then is really, really fortunate with that second rebound, to be completely honest. Spurs just absolutely gutted that hasn't gone well. What a ball in, though, by John Stones. Brilliant cross, lovely header, and gets really lucky. But it's a good finish, second time round, to make sure he kept it down. Could have blazed that over the bar, or kicked it straight at either the two defenders or the goalkeeper in front of him, but he's done really well there, Gerard Deulofeu. Everton 1, Tottenham 0. We have 1 foot in a Wembley FA Cup semi-final. Dembele fires that to Vertonghen, who's pushed forward. Tottenham only got 2 players back now. Jagielka smashes that clear. I'm not going to be able to chase on to the end of that. I need to save my stamina. We've got another game coming up at the weekend against Newcastle, don't we? So we want to be fit for that. And we don't want to overly commit going forward to then leave spaces at the back as well. Fazio almost gave that straight to me though. Dembele fires that to Vertonghen. Cleared away by Morales, but Townsend steals it off Leighton Baines. Andros Townsend with the shot and it goes wide. Tottenham's first chance to get themselves back in it since we went in front. Unfortunately for Andros, that one was not on target. Deulofeu on the run. He's dinked that over towards Aruna Kone. He's knocked that backwards to Tom Cleverley. Kone got a crunch there. We'll call for a through ball, and Kone's played me in. Right, now do I go for the corner or do we go for goal? Let's turn inside and go for goal. Maybe we could get an assist. We'll give it to Kone. Oh, finish, sunshine. We have gotten an assist. What a strike from Aruna Kone. There's another assist for us on his left-hand side. No wonder he's celebrating so extravagantly. That was a brilliant hit. Really, really well struck. I didn't expect that when I passed it inside. I expected him to take a touch and then turn on his right. He's just let rip with that left foot. Wonderful finish from the Ivorian. That's Everton 2, Tottenham 0. And now we have both feet in a Wembley semi-final at Wembley. A Wembley semi-final at Wembley. An FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. Thank you very much, Aruna Kone. We are now through to the next round of this glorious FA Cup run. Final whistle's gone. We've gotten the 2-0 victory as, well, you probably would have expected after Aruna Kone scored in stoppage time to make it 2-0. No time for Tottenham to get themselves even 1 back, let alone 2. I'm not too sure it was worth the easy clap there from Leighton Baines, but we will take a 2-0 victory and an assist, a 7.3 rating as well to go hand in hand with that. Not too many chances for Spurs, just the 2, one from Adebayor and the one from Andros Townsend that went high and wide. So we'll take that, and we should be selected for the next game against Newcastle. If we are, then we'll skip straight to it. If not, then we'll skip to the simulation of it and we'll see how we get on with the CPU playing. But we're in the semi-final, as are Bristol City, as are Chelsea, and one of Arsenal or Middlesbrough, as they need to go to a replay. Players leaving on international duty, even though you can see with the second email here that we have been selected against Greece and Russia for the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. You can see on the right hand side as well in this first email, John Stones, Ross Barkley, Leighton Baines and Chesnoid have been selected for the England squad. We've been called up for our first international appearances. Whether we'll play in either of the games, I'm not sure. I'd like to think so, but the next game will be against Newcastle. It should be at least. We'll find out when we get there. And then if it is, then tomorrow we will play it for England, and we are playing against Newcastle now at home again. So for a second time at home, we'll try and get another victory. Deulofeu, I've made the run down the line, but he's pushed inside, so we'll make the run inside. Oh, I had to call for that, but he's played it to Besic, who's given it to Gibson. He's given it to me. Try and slot it through for Lukaku. Brilliant, brilliant interception from Chancel Mbemba. That had to be made, otherwise Lukaku surely would have put that away on his left-hand side. Bit of a slow start to the game, as was the case in the Tottenham one, but that one livened up in the rain here at Goodison Park, and we'll hope for similar circumstances in this one as well. Lukaku's stolen that away from the defender as he's given it straight to the Belgian. He's going to knock it back to Phil Jagielka, who's pushed forward here, the centre-back. Could call for it through that gap, but I'm not too sure how good Jagielka's passing is, so might call for it from Darren Gibson. I was going to say Phil Jagielka again there. From Darren Gibson, we'll let it back to him. Could have a shot actually, but Deulofeu's there. Deulofeu could get the turn in. Seamus Coleman's waiting for a pass. Seamus Coleman gets the pass. I've called for it. We'll hit it first time. It's blocked. Lukaku at the back post. Punched clear by Rob Elliott. There's technically the first chance of the game. We have got a corner though, so we'll see if we can get anything from this. 25 minutes or so on the clock. It should be a comfortable claim for the keeper. It wasn't in the end. He came, punched and missed. That's dropped to Besic. Oh, I called for it over here. He's kicked it. I think that was intended for Deulofeu again. Gibson will keep it in. He's going to play it to Besic. Besic to Deulofeu. Back to Besic. Oh, Deulofeu was again just about to call for that. I'm a little bit hesitant to call for the ball when players have, are facing the wrong way and they have a couple of people around them, because they don't necessarily play the best of passes, and sometimes it's best to leave them to their own devices because they go and score crackers like that. Leighton Baines makes it Everton 1, Newcastle 0. That was a lovely finessed effort, floated into that top right hand corner as Deulofeu puts his hand inside Leighton Baines' head. Nice physics engine there, but nice ball back inside by Besic. Good run by Baines to hold off the defender, and then he's just floated that, guided it gently into that top right hand corner. Not too much power on it, it's just perfectly placed. Nothing Rob Elliott Elliott can do. Well, he hasn't had the best of games so far, to be honest, Rob Elliott. Brushed the shin of Stephen Taylor there, perhaps, as well, to give it a better angle, but who cares? The ball's in the back of the net. Everton 1, Newcastle 0. Besic drills that across towards Deulofeu. Could go down the line to Lukaku, has done. I'm going to get myself in a good position to receive the ball. He's going to call turn inside. Where's he going, Romelu? Where are you going? Go on, Sam. Keep going. Oh, he's had the shot. Brushed off it as well. Pressure from the defender was enough to knock the defender to his feet and to put Lukaku off his shot. Could have had a decent effort there. Just couldn't quite keep his balance and keep the shot down. Morales. Nice ball through to me. He'll play it quickly to Lukaku, who's just onside, I think, there. It's a nice turn inside. He's clipped it towards the back post. It's cleared away, but only as far as Lukaku again, and that's 2-0. The ball across to Deulofeu was terrible from Romelu Lukaku, but he's made up for it by pouncing on that rebound. Keeper came and was in no man's land again. He is having a nightmare day here, Rob Elliott. He really is. Terrible ball across. Decent enough clearance from Haidara, but what is the keeper doing? No chance of getting to the ball as it bounced back, and then he was just absolutely nowhere near the ball. All it needed was a lofted header from the Belgian, and that's exactly what he gave it. Over the top of the keeper, down underneath the bar. Everton 2, Newcastle 0. Back to Colback. Oh, that's there for the taking. I tried the slide tackle, but he turned away from me. It was Ginger versus Ginger briefly in the middle. Colback versus Chesnoid. Colback's on the ball again. Out wide to Haidara. Pushed forward from left back. Obviously involved in our second goal. Technically got an assist for it. Here's Wijnaldum, though. Into Mitrovic. Back to Wijnaldum. Brilliant save from Tim Howard. Rebound goes straight to Johan Gouffran, though. What can he do with it? Knocks it back to Haidara. Back to Gouffran. That was so close. Really well hit by Wijnaldum there, but it was a strong save by Tim Howard. Really strong wrist to get the ball away, not only to save it, but to get it away from danger. That one was deflected, and that was a much more simple save for Tim Howard there. Looks like we're going in at half-time with a scoreline at 2-0. We are, in fact, going in at half-time with a scoreline at 2-0, because there's the whistle. Coleman, I'll call for this, in the central area. Jack Colback's closed me down, which leaves Besic in a little bit of space. This is a nice move so far at the start of the second half. Can we work an opportunity? Lovely ball by Baines into me. It will slot through Lukaku, who's in the box. Romelu Lukaku decides to square it back to Deulofeu. That wasn't the obvious thing to do. Thought he was going to try and crack that towards the far bottom corner, but decided to try and square it to Deulofeu again. That's twice he's tried to find Deulofeu, and twice it's been a terrible pass. Just got lucky the first time that it ended up coming back to him so he could score a goal. That was a terrible turn by me, though, but here's Deulofeu. I'll call for it through this gap. Lovely little pass to me. Bit of space for the shot. I've tried to shoot. It took his time to take the shot, but in on the left foot. We'll take a weak foot goal. I tried to shoot earlier than that, and my guy didn't want to take it with his right, but in the end, I tidy little finesse with the left. I tried to take it. Deulofeu plays it into me. I tried to take it just there, and he turned, and then took an extra touch, but it seemed to work. We were able to put it into the back of the net. Nice little tidy finish, actually. 3-0 Everton, and Newcastle are getting absolutely demolished here. Gibson around the corner to Cleverley. Cleverley to Deulofeu. Inside to Cleverley again. I'm tempted to take myself off, to request a substitution with 20 minutes to go. Oh, hang on, let's try and get a header. No, for some reason my guy ran off. I'm tempted to try and take a substitution because my stamina's running low, and we have been selected for the England team midweek, and I don't want my stamina to be too low to not be selected. So I'm contemplating requesting a substitution and trying to save a bit of stamina, considering the result is safe at 3-0, to put us in the best possible position to give our absolute all for our country, for our international debut, or hopefully our international debut, for tomorrow's episode. So with 15 minutes to go now, I am going to request a substitution, and when the ball next goes out of play, or the play stops for whatever reason, foul, free kick, etc., then we will take ourselves off. It may even be a goal if Wijnaldum could be in. It should have been a goal. Wijnaldum should have absolutely buried that. There's no excuse for missing a chance of that nature. 12 yards out from goal when he's not even found the target. That's awful from him. We have taken ourselves off now. I'll watch the rest of the match, and obviously if anything happens, let you know. If not, we will skip to the end and see what the situation is with the England games upcoming. Final whistle's gone, and we have got the 3-0 victory. It was a very simple result here against Newcastle. I expected a completely different game. They were sat right behind us in the league, and, when it's fourth versus fifth, you expect a real ding-dong of a match with chances at both ends. They had a couple of chances, Newcastle, but they just were nowhere near good enough. Absolutely nowhere near good enough. England's currently second in the group with 4 games to go, obviously with 6 teams. Play 5, home and away, 10 games, 4 games to go. We've got Poland sat top of the group, and ourselves second, Russia third, Portugal fourth. That's a tough group, actually. But as Everton, we are now quite a way ahead of Newcastle in fifth. That has helped extend the gap to 6 points with 7 games remaining in the BPL. It looks like we might have Champions League football here at Everton next season. That would be absolutely superb. We are in the semi-final of the FA Cup as well, of course. So things going really well for us in this second season. I couldn't be happier with how this season has gone, in fairness. Let's have a quick look at the squad report and see our stats for now. Show you what we look like right now. 82 rated overall, 10 goals, 7 assists this season, and they are our individual stats. If you enjoyed today's episode, then make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days, whether it's this series, the Chelsea series, or the Wolfsburg series. Of course, there was the live Champions League final went up last night, and we'll have a season roundup tonight before the vote for the Career Mode Road to Glory tomorrow. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.